Welcome to the Reading Rev Progress Monitoring Portal How-To Guide. In this video, we're going to show you how to administer a Phonics Check-In, how to enter student scores within the portal, how to interpret that data, and how to make instructional decisions based on student performance. The truth is, Phonics Check-ins and all assessments are a waste of time and paper unless you analyze the data and it drives your instruction. Assessment should never end with a score. It should begin with a decision. On day 5, administer a Phonics check-in to your whole class or student group. You can use the check-ins provided in the Teacher Talk manual or adapt them according to your student's instructional level. The point is that you are checking to see if they've mastered the pattern you have taught. The pattern words, or green words, are given separately than the red words. 2 dictation sentences are given to see if your students can utilize the pattern within context. You can choose to give 1 or 2 dictation sentences, but you need to ensure that you have given 10 pattern words. Let's walk through how the scores are calculated. To keep the data simple, consistent, and meaningful, every weekly Phonics check-in is scored out of 10 points. Those 10 points come from the first 7 green pattern-specific words on the left-hand column. And in addition, the first 3 green pattern words within the dictation sentences. Why only those 10 words? Because the purpose of this portal is to answer one question. Did students master this week's phonics pattern? The green words directly assess the skill you just taught, giving you a clearest picture of student mastery. You'll notice that the red words are not included in this score. That was an intentional decision. Red words contain irregular spellings and measure different knowledge. While they are incredibly important to teach and practice, including them would make it harder to accurately measure whether a student learned this week's target pattern or not. So continue teaching, practicing, and assessing the red words exactly as outlined by the Reading Rev program. They're essential for building skilled readers and spellers. They simply aren't part of this particular progress monitoring measure. Using the same 10-point scoring system every single week makes it easy to compare student growth over time, identify who has mastered the pattern, and quickly determine who may need additional practice or instruction. The goal is not to collect a grade. It's to collect information that helps you make confident instructional decisions. Now let's walk through an actual student example together. Remember, for the Progress Monitoring Portal, we're only scoring 10 words. Those 10 words include the first 7 green words and the first 3 green words in the dictation sentences. The red words are assessed, but they are not included in the portal score because we're only measuring this week's phonics pattern. Let's start with the 7 green words. The student spelled thief using EE, which could phonetically work, but is not correct. Next is shriek. Notice the student omitted the letter R. This tells me he understands the spelling pattern for long E, but he still needs additional practice hearing and representing every sound in a word. This word would not receive the point because it is a pattern word. We will revisit this at the end. Numbers 3 through 5 are correct: field trip, tie, and retie. Again, zombie could be spelled with a Y at the end of the word, but he hasn't orthographically mapped the correct spelling yet, and we count it incorrect. Now, let's take a look at the dictation sentences. Remember, we're only scoring the first 3 green pattern words. In this case, those words are yield, chief, and magpie. All 3 are correct. He did miss collie, which is also a pattern word. It technically is not included in his score, but reassures me that Joe does still need additional practice with this pattern. I'm making a note that bossy is misspelled, so he may need additional practice with the doubling rule. Review is purposely built into these sentences, so you can tell if patterns are permanently learned or may need additional practice. Joe's final score for this assessment is 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 places this student in the approaching mastery range. I would feel comfortable saying that he has learned and internalized some about this pattern this week, but he definitely did not master it. My biggest takeaway is that Joe is interchanging long E spellings. While he correctly spelled several words with IE, he's mixing in other long E spelling options. This is common in this stage of learning. Students begin to recognize that long E can be spelled in multiple ways, but haven't fully orthographically mapped which spelling belongs in which word. That mapping only develops through repeated reading, spelling, writing, and meaningful exposure over time. I'm also noticing the error in shriek, where the student omitted the R. That's a reminder to continue practicing careful sound-by-sound analysis and consonant blends while spelling. Finally, although the red words aren't included in this score, I absolutely pay attention to them. This student missed both friend and view, which tells me those irregular spellings still need explicit review and cumulative practice. This is why we use the progress monitoring portal. The score tells me the student is approaching mastery, but the error analysis tells me what to teach next. Rather than simply recording a 7 out of 10, I now have a clearer plan for my next small group lesson. One thing I really like about this portal is that it naturally encourages teachers to move beyond what score did they get to what did these errors tell me. That's exactly the mindset that leads to data-driven instruction. When you click on this progress monitoring portal link, you will be prompted to create a copy. You are going to then be able to utilize this as your own living document. You may put your student names and scores in it and use it to keep track of their progress. Next, you will enter the scores into the portal. Start by adding your student's name or group roster. Each week, you will enter the score out of 10. Enter 2 out of 10 or 8/10, not the raw score or the percentage. The sheet will automatically color code for you. 1 through 6 out of 10 shows the student did not master the pattern. 7 or 8 out of 10 shows approaching mastery, and 9 or 10 out of 10 indicates mastery. We know that for a student to comprehend, they must be able to decode and understand 90% of words. 80% is not enough in literacy. So, while 70 to 80% is technically passing, we want to know that this student has mastered the pattern and will be able to retain and utilize it in the future. Additional instruction or practice is still often needed. Students who are not proficient on the Phonics Check-In should receive small group instruction the following week. During this small group instruction, students should correct the words they missed, hear and see the explicit explanation again, build and manipulate words, practice decoding and encoding words with this pattern, experience successful scaffolded practice to build confidence, and demonstrate mastery by applying the pattern accurately. Once that reteaching has taken place, we want to reassess the student. This is where we are monitoring their progress. Did they get it, or do they need additional support? Once I have given them this additional assessment, I'm going to re-enter the score. Let's pretend that student 9 got a 6 out of 10 on the first assessment and a 9 out of 10 after a week of additional practice in small group. I am going to go into the portal, select the cell, and add a note with both assessment scores and dates. You can do this by selecting the cell, clicking Insert in the toolbar, and scrolling down to Note. You can see that any cell that contains a note will show a small black triangle in the upper right-hand corner. This will show you longitudinally which students consistently require additional instruction. Thank you for taking the time to learn how to use the Reading Rev Progress Monitoring Portal. My hope is that this tool does much more than help you collect scores. I hope it gives you the confidence in your instructional decisions. Assessment should never end with a number. It should answer the question, what does this student need next? By consistently monitoring students' mastery of each phonetic pattern, you'll quickly identify who is ready to move on, who needs a little more practice, and who may benefit from additional explicit instruction or intervention. Remember, learning to read and spell is a process. Students won't master every pattern the first time they encounter it. Orthographic mapping takes repeated, meaningful practice. That's why this cycle of teach, assess, analyze, reteach, and reassess is so powerful. Small pieces of data gathered consistently lead to meaningful instructional decisions. Over time, you'll not only see individual student growth, but you'll also begin to notice trends across your entire class that can help strengthen your Tier 1 instruction. Thank you for trusting Reading Rev to be a part of your literacy journey. I hope this portal saves you time, simplifies your data collection, and most importantly, helps every student become a more confident reader and speller.